there, I am Jennifer the Divine Levine, and what we're going to be doing now is we are going to be making some celery crackers. I have some celery pulp in here, and I have right down here, we have some chia seeds that I attempted to powder. It looked like only about half of them powdered. Let's move the camera so you can see. There we go, a nice pan over the chia seeds. Yeah, it looks like they didn't powder all the way, but oh well, you know, things are what they are, right? Okay, so I also have, this is half a cup of chia seeds, and typically in the recipe it's a 2-to-1, so the one being the half, so that means we have half a cup here, then we should have a cup of water here. But I added like a little extra water because we have some dried out celery pulp. So we have a cup and a half of water, and the water is a little bit brown because I rinsed out the end of a bottle of the coconut aminos from Trader Joe's. I love this stuff, and we're going to be using this later on to make some bacon. Yes, I said bacon, out of banana peels. And I've done this before. I've done it before outside in the cooker, but mixed results. The first time I made it, my friend Dee Dee was visiting, and we made it, and it tasted just like bacon, and we were both like, ah! And then I tried to replicate those results again, and it did not work. So we carry on. And anyway, this time what we're going to do with the banana peels is we're going to put them in the dehydrator. We're not going to set them outside to, because we're going to try and keep it living. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the water into the chia seeds. All right, I'll show you that. Ta-da! The chia seeds. I'm going to stir this around a little bit. I'll just stir that. Very nice, very nice. Okay, that's going to get a little bit gelatinous and gooey. So I'll just let that do its thing. And then while that is doing its thing, I'm just going to take the spatula and kind of break up the celery pieces so that they are nice and separated, so that they will mix perfectly well with the chia seeds. So I have had a pretty good day. I'm actually enjoying my COVID-19 vacation. Haven't been doing very much. I think I woke up at 5 today. I know, 5. But I tried to get back to sleep around 11, but my nap, it just didn't take. So anyway, I spent the morning looking at YouTube videos and going to Amazon and looking at the diffuser that I want to buy. It's the one that S Wavy Curly Courtney. Such a long handle. We're just going to call it Courtney. The one that Courtney recommends, and it looks like it's a really good one because in some of her videos you can see that she can fit almost all of her hair in that. So I think that's pretty cool. And so I'm going to buy that. And what else am I going to buy? Oh, yeah. There is this scalp massager thing. It looks like a little circle with a, like a place for your finger, and you just put, to shampoo your hair with. And I thought, that's pretty cool. I want one of those. So I have that in my cart. And with the diffuser, that's going to come to over $25, thus getting me my free shipping. But, the other day, I had a little bit of a problem with the Amazonians. I went to my cart, and I just purchased something. I just put something in my cart, And I'm like, wait, why is this the only thing in my cart? Well, I don't know. But I called the Amazonians and the guy's like, well, I don't know. Just look in your saved for later. And it was there, so it's okay. Still, you know, you put something in your cart, you expect it to stay in your cart. Who is going around and taking things out of my cart? It's online. All right, and another thing I've been thinking about is I was on Facebook today and I saw an ad for toilet paper made out of bamboo. And well, it was kind of a long commercial, but it was kind of interesting, and I watched it. And if you buy this toilet paper, they will plant more trees. And I thought, oh, okay, so I should go get some bamboo toilet paper. I can probably get that at Natural Grocers. I know they have bamboo toilet paper there. I don't know if it's that particular brand, but I do know that. Oh, look, here's a hard chunk. This one's not breaking up, so I'm just gonna set that aside. I've already finished eating today. I don't want to eat anything. I had after my ravioli and my salad, or actually before my ravioli, but after my salad, I made myself a wrap out of the it was, you know, like the wraps we made yesterday. I forget what we call them. The collard green wraps. That's it. The collard green wraps. My nap didn't take today, so. Oh, yes. Anyway, so I had a collard green wrap, and then I had my raviolis. They were delicious, although I could have put more sauce on them, but the sauce was, I was sitting on the couch, or lying on the couch, watching Community on Netflix. And I didn't feel like getting up to get more sauce. But really, those raviolis taste best when you just take them in your hand and you just manually dip them in the sauce and then you eat them. Much better than just having it lie flat and putting the sauce over. For some reason, just dipping them makes it taste better. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's the snack factor. Yes, that must be what it is. Okay, well, let's check out our gel. Ooh. Look at that. Look at that. That is some serious gelatinous gooey stuff. And if you remember last time when we made this, well, we didn't use the celery crackers we didn't use the celery last time, but you do remember we didn't blend the chia seeds, and it just didn't get very gelatinous. I kept waiting for it to get more and more gelatinous, and finally I was like, okay, I guess we're just gonna put it on the dehydrator and just put it in, you know. But okay, so it's gelatinous and gooey. Ooh, okay. So I am going to add some everything but the bagel seasoning. So let's do that. I'll just put this into the goo. All right, that should do it. Let's give this a stir. Oh my. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna have to make the supreme sacrifice and taste this, because this has salt in it, and you don't want it to be too salty, but you don't want it to be not salty enough either. So I'm just gonna, oh, that's the other thing. I'm gonna put some onion in there. Now, if you remember last time when we made the chia seed crackers, we spiralized some onion. Well, I tell you what, I like spiralized onion, but I don't like washing the spiralizer. So I'm just gonna chop up, let me put the camera down a little bit so you can see. Actually, I'm gonna move it back so you can see. There we go. Okay. All right. So, no, back. More distance. Ah, okay, yep, nope. See if I can get this right. Okay, here's my onion. This is left over from the salad that I made. You know, whenever I'm making a salad, there's always a certain amount of onion that needs to go in, and it is always, always, always guided by my intuition. It is never like, oh, I'm gonna add like half a cup onion and blah, blah. No, it's always intuition. So I'm just going to cut this up in a stand so I can have a little bit of leverage here. Maybe I should sharpen this knife again. I just bought a new knife sharpener on Amazon and it sharpened my knives, so I was pretty happy about that because I had never sharpened them before. I know, right? I don't know. I feel, okay, so now I can kind of chop away at it while I'm sitting down because I don't need a whole lot of leverage to cut this now. All right, so I'm cutting this into really tiny little pieces because we want the onion to be evenly distributed through our cracker. We don't want, like, you know, one massively big chunk in one place, you know, because that would, you know, can you imagine you're eating the cracker and all of a sudden you get a big hunk of onion? And you're like, what's this? That would not be good. All right. So let's do this. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn it this way. All right, so we can see, and then we're just going to kind of go like this. Just sort of get a nice fine chop on here. Nice fine chop. So that we have teeny weeny little pieces. Granted, it's not, I don't think this is going to be as good as spiralizing it because the spiral made it so thin. But this is better than washing the spiralizer. You know, I mean, many times I have just used a knife instead of using the spiralizer. Like in my salad today, I was cutting up the cucumber and I thought of the spiralizer and I thought, oh, because, you know, I just love cucumber spirals. They're just so nice. But, you know, they're so much nicer than the cucumber slices. But, again, I just didn't feel like taking it out. I guess I feel a little bit lazy today. It's a lazy Sunday. Lazy Sunday. Okay, yes. And speaking of Sundays, oh, whoops. There's a piece that needs some serious chopping. So after my salad and my collard green wrap and my ravioli, I had what I call a banana sundae. Now, this morning I had read this recipe by Chocolate Covered Katie, and it was where you take a frozen banana and you blend it with some cocoa powder and some maple syrup, and and some peanut butter. So you have like a peanut butter cup ice cream. And I thought I would do that. But guess what? I didn't want to wash the blender. I already wash that thing so many times a day that, you know, so I had what I call a banana sundae, and this is, well, you know, I think it's one of the reasons why I gained so much weight this year. Now, okay, I didn't gain like a lot. Okay, I gained 7 pounds, but still, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So anyway, so during the year, before I went raw, I was having, at dinner time, I was having a large salad, and then I was having anywhere from, at the beginning of the year, it was like a cup of some sort of legumes or rice or something, but then I cut that in half. But I always seemed to end my meal with a banana sundae, and a banana sundae is where you take a whole or a half of a banana, depending on how much you want to eat, and then you put a little bit of almond butter or tahini or peanut butter. I usually don't buy peanut butter. I have some now because I bought a jar, but peanut butter is, well, I guess it's cooked, so I'm just not going to buy any more peanut butter. But ooh, these are coming out really small. This is nice. So anyway, banana sundae. So one of those 3 nut butters, or I guess any kind of nut butter. And then if it's unsalted, I would put a little bit of sea salt on it. And then I would put cacao chips on there. And then after the cacao chips, I would put a little bit of cinnamon, because you know cinnamon helps you to regulate your blood sugar, and it makes it so that if you're eating something sweet, it's not gonna, you know, destroy you. So cinnamon and coconut, dried coconut, small flakes of that, and then I would have maybe a teaspoon of maple syrup on top of that, and that is really delicious. I call that my banana sundae, and I eat that a lot. But now that I'm eating raw, I'm not so worried, because I mean the other day I didn't even want one, so you know. But today I thought, well, I put the frozen banana in, I took it out, I better eat it, because if I don't eat it, you know. So just made the banana sundae instead of making that chocolate covered Katie thing that probably would have been more delicious, but yeah, you know. All right, so looks like this onion is nice and finely chopped. Ooh, put the celery aside. Okay, so nice and finely chopped. And we will put this into the bowl with the flax seeds, or I'm sorry, the chia seeds. Flax, chia, qual è la differenza? Yeah, I mean they're very similar. Although the flax seeds tend to be golden or brown, and these are black. These come in black and white. Oh, they come in different colors, I guess. That's the difference, but no, they're different items, different things. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna take a little bit here, taste it. Oh, that's almost too salty. That's fine, because we still have the celery. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and put it in here. There we go. And then I'm going to have to wash this bowl, because this is the bowl. You know what I think I'll do? Instead of me making the banana bacon today, why don't I just make that tomorrow? I'll just make it tomorrow. And what I can do is I can prepare the bananas tonight and have them sitting in the marinade. The marinade is going to consist of this and some soy sauce and some smoked paprika. And that's it. And, you know, I could have sworn, this is tilted. I gotta fix this. Okay. There we go. I could have sworn that I had some liquid smoke somewhere. But no, I don't know where it is. I can't find it. I know my mom has some liquid smoke. I wonder if I brought it over there and left it. It's possible, because sometimes I go to their house and I bring items with me that they normally wouldn't have. But no, I guess my mom uses it. She uses the liquid smoke. So, no, I don't know. Or maybe I never bought any in the first place and it's just always been at her house. I don't know. Things tend to disappear sometimes. Like, yeah, a couple of weeks ago, I could not find my dental floss. Could not find my dental floss. I was going nuts. Couldn't find my tweezers. I did finally find my dental floss, so yay. That's good. But I just, the tweezers, I just went out and bought some new tweezers. So now I have, it was actually a 2-pack. It was the pointed kind and then the slanted kind. I have 2 kinds of tweezers. Check this out. Look at this. Look at that. It's like a dough. This is going to be fabulous. This is going to be fabulous. Okay. So I think we used too much of this, but maybe not, because we have the celery in there. Although, truth be told, celery does have a lot of natural salt, so hopefully these won't be too salty. If they are, then, well, I guess that's on me, right? You saw me with this thing. I was just shaking the heck out of this, right? All right, this is why I dream of having a bigger kitchen. A nice big kitchen, like Karen and Marcus's kitchen. But you know what? someday, you know. I mean, the thing is, whoa, careful. I love my house. I do. It's just, you know, I need more counter space for what I want to do. And so, you know, we just be grateful for what we have. And I think I'm going to put half of this on the dehydrator sheet, because I think this, let me put this down so you can see. Down and back. There we go. All right. Yes, we can see. Okay. So I'm just going to spread this out on, oh look, a little piece of red pepper from somewhere. I had some red pepper in my salad today. It was really good. I love red peppers. Sometimes I will just bite into a red pepper and I will just eat the whole thing, you know, just eat the whole thing. All right. So here we go. All right. Very nice. Okay, well, we could probably fit more on this dehydrator sheet, so let's do it. All right, let's plop that on there, spread it out. I think what I really need to do is get what they call an offset spatula. Kara and Marcus use them all the time in their cooking. Today I was watching Marcus make pizza. The problem with his pizza is that the main ingredient for the crust is young coconut. And in the video, he was like, never fear, you know, you don't have to open a coconut. You can buy it, you know, in the frozen section at Whole Foods. So I called Whole Foods and I said, do you have any young Thai coconut in the frozen section? Well, the guy had to go and check. So he went and checked and he came back and he said, well, we have a young coconut puree, and it turned out it was 8 ounces of coconut puree, and it was $7.99. And I thought, that's a little pricey. Oh, this isn't pepper. This is the red onion. I'm so silly sometimes. Okay, just looks very, very red in this light, I guess. All right. Just get this as flat as I can. The thinner that you spread on your dehydrator sheet, the faster it's going to cook. And then the other thing too is when you put it in, only the top part is going to get a crust on it, because the bottom isn't getting any air because it's got this sheet here. So just be aware that when you are doing these, you need to flip them. Very important to flip them, because you could leave this in the dehydrator for days and it would not dry out because you didn't flip it. So you got to flip it. And I'm trying to make this as nice and even as possible. Do not slip off the sheet. You are not allowed off the border. There we go. All right. You are now almost done. Yes, I'm talking to my food. All right, now the funny thing is that usually, or before, I used to, when I would make crackers in the oven, you know, I used to eat those things up like that, you know. I actually still have some crackers. There's some holes in this batter. There's some holes, better plug those up. Okay, yeah, I used to eat them right up. I actually still have some flaxseed crackers left over from the last time when I made crackers. So I guess that's good. I should probably eat those for lunch tomorrow with my salad, which is already made because I made an enormously giant one. And that's the benefit of making enormous giant salads. If you eat the whole thing, oh well. I'm going to put this up because you guys can see. There we go. If you eat the whole thing, you know, oh well. But if you can't eat the whole thing, then you have some for the next day. You know, and that means that's a salad you don't have to cook. That's one of my catchphrases. A meal you don't have to cook. Yes, of course, we're not really cooking. We're uncooking. All right. Here it is. It's going to go in the dehydrator. I think I'm going to wait till everybody is in before I turn it on. Okay. And we need another dehydrator sheet and another rack. All right. There we go. All righty. Oh, yes. Okay, so let me put this on. Okay. Oh. Put this back in the bowl because guess what? Some of the celery did not mix in very well. So let me just mix that. Make sure that's mixed. Oh, my dog. So these aren't going to be as good as the other ones. All right. So it's in. I mixed it. It's good. It's good. All right. So I like this little hack of blending up the chia seeds before you use them. I think it works better. So, and I just use my blender. Marcus talks about blending stuff, or, you know, crushing seeds and everything in a coffee grinder. You know, it's not that a coffee grinder is expensive. It's not that it wouldn't be useful, but oh my God, I have no room for it. You know what I mean? I mean, the blender does just as good a job. Well, probably not just as good a job, but good enough. And you know, I just can't justify the space. You know, I just don't have it. You know, I'm even starting to question whether or not I should get a food processor because I seem to be doing fine without a food processor. The blender is so versatile, you know, and no, it's not a Vitamix, but it's pretty versatile for what it is. I think I got it in a thrift store about 500 years ago. I know. So I was talking to my friend Michael, and he was sending me some pictures of the sauce he was making. He grows his own tomatoes. Oh, I know, right? He grows some beautiful tomatoes. I immediately wanted him to come over and plant a garden in my yard so I could have beautiful tomatoes. But I thought it would be rude to ask. Okay, so anyway, yeah. So he was making sauce, and where was I going with this? You know, like I said, I did not get my nap in today. And, all right, there we go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay. And I think maybe what I'll do is I'll make one more video today, but it will be the, because you don't want to listen to me wash the bowl, okay? So we'll finish this one, we'll wash the bowl, we'll come back, and then I will show you how I make my banana bacon. And the nice thing about the banana bacon is that, you know, you don't have to have it. Well, I mean, even for this, you don't need a dehydrator. You can bake it in the oven. I mean, you can. I mean, that's what I did before I got a dehydrator. When you bake in the oven, you know, it's another piece, solid piece. So maybe my blender ain't so good after all. But I'm emotionally attached to my blender. I love him. He's my friend. Okay, well, there we are. But yeah, you know, Vitamix. But the problem with the Vitamixes is that, and all the other new high-speed blenders, is they don't come with a glass carafe, and you cannot get a glass carafe for them. I do not like the idea of using plastics. I recently heard about how even BPA isn't safe anymore, and I'm like, sticking to glass. And in fact, some experts say with cookware that, you know, for a long time it was accepted that, okay, you do not use aluminum pans, you use stainless steel, for God's sake. But some experts are saying, I don't know if they're experts or who they are, but they're saying glass. Cook your stuff in glass. It is the safest way to cook. And what's interesting too is I don't see a whole lot of glass cookware for sale. you might be able to find some in a thrift store. So if you are just starting out in life and you're leaving the nest or whatever, or you need to buy new cookware, scour the thrift stores for some Corningware, the glass, the old glass. I hear those are excellent. Now, yes, they can break, but yeah. But you know, I have not been on the raw diet very long, but today I noticed as I was walking by the guest bathroom, I looked in the mirror, I'm like, dang, look at my abs. They're starting to pop. So I guess the diet is working. Yay. I have abs. And then later I noticed I have like these real indents right here around my waist. So pretty pleased with that. And I think it's only been like a week and a half that I've been going raw. And the way I've been doing it is kind of the same way that I went vegan. I started by going, well, first I started with eggs because I do not like eggs. Those things are horrible, disgusting things. And if you follow Anthony William, the medical medium, he will tell you the same thing. They are vile, they are disgusting, and you should never, never, never put anything like that in your body. I mean, I was watching a video earlier today about this woman who was doing this Victorian updo, and to be authentic, she did the Victorian shampoo, which she made out of egg, and I was just cringing inside. I thought, oh, she's putting that on her hair. Oh, but anyway, where was I going with this? I don't know. Yeah, putting it on her hair, it was terrible. I know, I get this stream of thought and I just keep going and then I lose my train of thought. But anyway, oh yes, my food journey. So it's, you know, when I was a kid, I loved eggs until I was about 6 years old, and then I just would not eat them anymore. And it could be that before I was 6, we lived in a place where you could get fresh eggs, and then after that we had to buy store-bought. I think that may have been what happened, but I don't know. So I didn't eat eggs until I was 35, and I was making omelets for this boyfriend of mine, and they smelled so good because they had cheese in them. So that was like, you know, a very short period in my adult life when I ate egg, but no. And then milk, I gave up around, I guess it was around 2015. I just stopped drinking it. I didn't see any reason to drink it. There's almond milk, there's other things. And interestingly enough, my skin cleared up. Yeah. It's not like I ever had really bad acne or anything, but, you know, my skin cleared up, so off dairy, and then I went gluten-free, and then I rather inadvertently just started not eating meat, and then after a month had gone by, I'm like, you know,